Our next speaker is Dale Bone.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Dale's an attorney, and he's our attorney, and he'll be advocating.
He'll explain to us how we can receive our best advocate that we can receive. Thank you.
I see we've got a really big gathering of people here today coming to support this. I think this is just great. Know that I hear. That's not my fault. I was born that way. Don't hold it against me. My parents here, and so it has been for generation after generation in my family. It's in the genes, okay? When I was 15, I went to a party and met a girl there who was deaf. She was so cute, and I was smitten. And I asked her for a date. We'd date, and we broke up, and we'd date again. And so it went. She went off on her way, and I stayed. And signing got to be a part of my life and the deaf community after just an experience with one girl out of the deaf community. And I have since spent my life representing and advocating and doing what I could to benefit the deaf community. We hear many deaf people say, we see them say, oh, I'd rather this, I'd prefer that, I'd rather have a live interpreter than the VRI. And it's not that I prefer it, it's that I need it. I need a live interpreter. We don't say I'd prefer a live interpreter. When it comes to video relay and a signed interpreter, the differences are night and day. A hearing person comes into a doctor and they speak, and they don't speak Pig Latin, for goodness sakes. And nobody's left to interpret that and try to figure out what it is they're trying to see. It's a two-dimensional language, and we're going, no. It doesn't work. And so it is that when we come in and we say at the front desk to the receptionist, I want a real live interpreter here on site. I don't want the video relay interpreter. And they say, will you try video relay? Let's try it. And you don't say, okay, or you might offer, I'm willing for a short time, but I want you to get a live interpreter here and on site because I need this. And tell me which agency, who are you going to call? What time did you call? Can we get the name of the person that you spoke with at the agency? I want to know their name. Can you tell me that? And then, when will the interpreter show up? When you get that information, you ask them to put that on a piece of paper and give it to you. And so that you have it, and you put it in the chart, so that they have it on file, so that it's always there. And then when no interpreter shows up, and you're thinking, wait, where in the heck are they? And they say, oh gosh, I called, I don't know what's happened. Let's try the VRI, shall we? And I say, hey, I'll get in touch with the agency myself. Who did you talk to? And I'll call that agency. And who is it that's coming, and why aren't they here right now? And if you get, it's a late appointment, and it's after hours. Well, there's no interpreter available. You tell them you need to call a different agency then. Well, I can't because we've got a contract with agency A. And as a deaf person, you say, I don't have a contract. It's not my problem that you don't have these arrangements in place. Get another interpreter headed this way. I want to know who you contact. I want this part of the medical record today. I've made the request, call someone else, call a different agency, and I want that part of the medical record. I want that included. I want to know who you call. And they'll say, oh, well, and they'll hem and haw, and you say, oh no, we can't put things like that down in the record. Well, I'm sorry, we I'll say, heck, you can. It's my record. It's my chart. I'm telling you this needs to go in there. Make a note of what I've told you that needs to be done. This is my health, my life. This could be a matter of life and death. Now, realizing that I can hear, people that can hear will tend to say, if I were deaf, I would want this. They have no idea what it is. There's nothing preconceived in their mind what it is they need. Well, if you've got a broken leg, you might need a wheelchair. It depends on your experience and where you're coming from. If there's a ramp there, it's for people with wheelchair, but they don't have to go out and build that. They don't have any concept. If they need widened doors, they may not perceive of that until they meet somebody. So now they've got a deaf person in front of them saying, I want, if I were deaf, I would mouth this and say, hello, it's not what I want, it's what I need. These people have no idea how to communicate with deaf people. It's iffy at best. They can lip read, but we don't lip read that well, and it's a real challenge for us. And so they have no experience trying to lip read, and they can't imagine what that's like for us. And so maybe we want to read what it is that they write down, and they'll say, you can read and write, can't you? And so in their creative minds, they wind up and put this on deaf people as to what deaf people's needs are when they have no concept of what it's like to live as a deaf person. There's no connection there. Don't ask, tell. When you tell, you say, I need it documented. It needs to be part of the medical record. This goes in and it gets kept forever. It's not that we don't ask, or they can't say I didn't ask. It's right there. I demanded. I said, get me this. And it's documented, and it's not a preference, it's a need. It's not I'd rather. And so hearing people think, oh gosh, this will be good enough. These accommodations are just fine. Is good enough and acceptable a political answer? It's certainly not. You say, no, it's not good enough. You are not the ones to decide what's good enough. You, the deaf community, you decide what's good enough. You decide what is good enough. Sign it with me. I decide what's good enough. I decide what's good enough. And so it is, you go out and you need to show the world that we mean business. It's your decision, and it's never good enough. You say, until I say it's good enough, that's when it'll be good enough. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dale. Woo! One more time, let's thank him.